OKS Youth Ministry Podcast, where three of the OKS Youth Ministers talk about youth ministry. I'm Michael Deese, and I am joined by Jeremy Crow and Hunter Puckett. What's up, guys?
Hunter. What's up, Hunter?
I'm actually currently working on updating my resume so I can send it in to be Jeremy's intern for the summer.
Oh, that's a great
good.
idea, actually.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How many references do you want?
About 6.
Or 7.
6, 7. My son has been going 6, 7, 7, 11. I'm in heaven.
I love that.
I wish that there was a video. Those of you watching on video, y'all are laughing really hard right now.
Yeah.
They love it.
We anytime I say it, Lincoln dies inside. Just a little piece of him dies.
So now do you do it on purpose since he's in your
Yes.
youth group?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
exciting.
awesome.
What, I mean, you don't have a choice, right?
It's awesome.
Hey, but we've hit a milestone.
Yeah, happy
pretty-
1 year.
a
I was the
pretty
one that
big
said it.
milestone.
Happy 1 year, everybody.
We have been doing this I'd say exactly. We missed last week, and that's when it actually was.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for a year. It hasn't been perfect.
We missed our one.
It was perfectly on our 1 year.
That's the most youth ministry thing. We were late for the 1 year anniversary.
Well, like, we were planning for it, and then I think I
then
forgot
we were
I had a
like-
doctor's appointment, and then I was like, hey, guys, y'all need to record without me, and then something came up with Jeremy, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
No, we were just like,
but it was
"Nah,
great."
It's all right, we'll do it next week.
But it hasn't been perfect, but we've had a lot of fun with it. Something that assuredly our listeners have understood is, we're not here claiming to be perfect youth ministers. I mean,
Whoa,
the
you
OKS,
are.
the OKS Youth Ministry Podcast. We're not perfect, but something we do want everybody to know is how much we love youth ministry.
That's right.
And how much it means to us and how much the kids mean to us as well. So we're here just giving out information or lessons that we've learned, hoping that you won't have to go through pains to learn those same lessons.
Yep.
So just a quick, idea I had earlier. We're going to kind of reintroduce ourselves. We've gotten a handful of new listeners over the years, and they might not have gone back to episode number 1 because that one was pretty rough, and we didn't have our nicer microphones at that point.
We didn't have our sponsor didn't come in and give us microphones.
We weren't sponsored
yeah,
yet.
we're waiting on that still.
Here's kind of what we're wanting to do. I'm wanting everybody to kind of introduce themselves, and then I want you to talk about where you went to school, the years in youth ministry, where you are currently, and then maybe your goals in youth ministry and just anything else you want to share. So we'll start with Michael. Well, you're first on the
Hit
list.
him with it. Hit him with it.
My name is Michael Deese, and I am the youth minister at Hartselle Church of Christ in Hartselle, Alabama. I went to, dare I say, the greatest Christian university,
The
in the
Holy
world.
Lands?
Freed-Hardeman University.
You are seeking a sponsorship.
Freed-Hardeman
Nice.
University.
I did reference Freed-Hardeman as the Holy Lands to the kids that had never been there at Rush.
This is like our Mecca.
Yeah.
We go every year at Rush. We pray. Freed-Hardeman University. I loved it there. This is the part where I talk about how much I loved it because it was great. When I left there, I felt fully prepared to be a youth minister. I soon realized that I was not fully prepared to be a youth minister because experience teaches a lot better than classroom. So, but I have been in youth ministry for, I don't know how many years, since 2009.
That'd be 16.
16 years, baby.
16.
16. It's probably like 13 years full time. So, but yeah, 16. That's crazy. 16 years.
You're old.
That's awesome.
You're getting old.
And I guess that's it. What else am I supposed to talk about?
I think that was it.
Okay.
Oh, maybe goals in ministry?
Oh, yeah. I want to seek and save the lost. All
Yeah.
right, Jeremy,
That
you're
was
up.
good.
Fantastic.
To be a fisher of men, I think.
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
the-
So my name is Jeremy Crow. I am in my 21st year in youth ministry.
Whoa.
I think.
Is this full time?
Actually, I take that back. I think this year I hit 21. I think next year will be 22.
Have we already made that joke about being a youth minister in the old law and then now in the new law?
Yes, a year ago. A year ago, actually, we made that. I work at the Coleman Church of Christ in Coleman, Alabama. I have been there for a little over 10 years now. So they are
Wow.
very settled with me. I don't know if happy or not, but they're settled. But they are.
He's doing good enough.
Well, it's okay. No, we really love it there. I have been recording a podcast about youth ministry for a year now. Let's see, what else do I need to say?
Hey, I've been doing that too. I have been doing that too.
I really,
Give or take a couple of weeks.
a ministry goal, I guess, and we've talked about this before, is I want kids in our group to know that someone loves them and is in their corner, right? Even when they screw up, even when they don't do things the perfect way, that there's someone that is praying for them, that is cheering them on, that has their back and will support them and help them. And sometimes that support means helping them understand where they're failing and where they need to get better, right? But I want kids to know that they're loved. So, yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Hunter Puckett. I am the youth minister at the Flint Church of Christ in Decatur, Alabama. We are all very close in proximity to each other. Jeremy's probably the farthest, but we're all, right here together. We all work together quite often, and it's been such a blessing. I've been at the Flint Church of Christ for 10 years, I guess 7 years full time. Started interning 10 years ago. This was my 10th summer. Which is crazy to think. We've settled in, similar to what Jeremy said, and they're really just putting up with me at this point. So, but it's been a blessing. I've really enjoyed it. Spent my undergraduate at Freed-Hardeman.
The best,
We're
the
finishing.
best.
Oh yeah, I
the
did
best.
that too. I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, we all went to Freed-Hardeman. There's not a whole lot of variety on that. Currently finishing up my MDiv at Heritage Christian University. Also enjoy that. It is also the best and really good. If you have any questions about either schools, please do contact us. We'd love to talk to you about them. You can go back to, I believe Coach Tapp was our episode where we talked about youth ministry and education. That's really big. We have some big things planned at Heritage in the future. Super pumped about some of those things. But just enjoying youth ministry. And I have a handful of goals in youth ministry, but something that was said nearly a year ago, October 17th, actually, Jeremy quoted something and he said, hold on, it disappeared.
Oh no.
He said, I may not be the best teacher, preacher, or whatever, but
That's
my
true.
students will know I love them.
Oh.
And I think that's a great goal for youth ministry is you might not be the best at a lot of things, but you want your students to know that you love them.
Yeah.
And it goes along with Jeremy's lines. You want them to know that you're there for them and that you love them and you care about them.
I mean, realistically, that's the most important thing is that they know that they have a God that loves them, cares about
That's
them,
right.
and that you are reflecting that. And that's doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you want to be a good teacher as good as you're able to be, and you want to be a good preacher or whatever. But what's important is that they know they have someone that they can trust, that they can talk to, and that loves them and wants what's best for them.
We had an awesome moment last night as some of our students were leaving our house. We hosted a thing at our house, and the dad of one of the kids picked up his daughter at our house, and I walked out there with him and was speaking to him at the car before they left, and just kind of cutting up with him a little bit. And as they were getting ready to leave, I said, "Well, guys, y'all be careful. Love y'all. Have a good night." And I started to walk away, and the dad goes, "Man, we love you too." I was like, I caught him off guard. He wasn't expecting it. He has never said that to me, but it was a hilarious moment. Caught him by surprise.
Yeah.
And he I think he surprised himself. He's like, "We love you too."
Well,
So we're getting teary-eyed.
It was awesome. Hope he didn't listen to this and think I'm making fun of him.
I'm curious, what has been your favorite episode?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the list right now, kind of trying to think about which one I would pinpoint, I guess. One of the top ones that I just really enjoyed as we made it was episode 8, That's Not My Job. I thought that was a fun episode. Just talking about the things that we do that aren't necessarily specifically youth ministry, but that do teach us something or show us something about how to do ministry well.
Yeah. My favorite episode is the one where we interviewed Patrick Caffey. You hear that, Patrick?
Yeah, we love you, Patrick.
We love you, Patrick. Jeremy might not, but we do. And we
Yeah.
think you're awesome. And so if you wanted to switch teams and come,
NIL deals.
and come to
where's
Hartselle,
the money
that
is?
would be great.
Patrick, I can't afford you, but if I could, I would offer that same position.
I will. You mentioned Patrick. I do want to say in that teaming up series, that was what we did. That one. Let me see what number it was. Number 27. Teaming up with elders. When Gary Johnson, man,
Yeah.
that one was really meaningful to me because I had worked with Gary, but hearing kind of the perspective of an elder's heart towards youth ministry, which is really cool.
Yeah. There was also the episode of when Bells burned down.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
That was a sad one.
If anyone has ever been to Freed Hardeman or visited, you've probably eaten there, unless you've gone in the last 2 years
Yeah.
or the last year,
Yeah.
because
Super sad.
it's gone forever.
What was that episode? Was that 34 recovering after burnout? That's too far. Sorry.
That was. Let me find it. It was actually one of the teaming up episodes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Episode 24.
Yeah.
Real quick, can we get it on record before Hunter tells us his favorite episode? Do we still believe that it was conspiracy by the new Chick-fil-A
Yes.
that they burned Bells to get business?
Yeah, after visiting at Rush and seeing the new place, it's super
seems
nice.
It
So
seems
nice.
suspect.
But it does seem very sus.
They opened a new restaurant right when Bells burned.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And if Chick-fil-A, if you're listening to this, I hope this does not hurt our future sponsorship. But
Big Chick-fil-A over here. Big Chick-fil-A.
we actually go back on everything we said. If you'll sponsor our booth at M2Y.
It's $300. I mean,
but speaking of M2Y, one of my favorite ones was when we talked about the ministry conferences. I don't know what number that was, but we talked about ministry conferences, and not because we enjoy going to M2Y or in these other ones, but because the
we
need. No, we do, but it's because the need of it.
Yeah.
And just the camaraderie between other youth ministers, just getting out there, refilling your cup, how important that is for you as a minister, and how that really helps lead to longevity in youth ministry. Kind of understanding that maybe we don't need to treat youth ministry as this stepping stone to what's next in ministry, but instead, have longevity in it and learn more about it and continue to grow from it.
If you're going back to listen to some of these that we're mentioning, that was episode 13 that he's mentioning. And that was an interview with J.D. Schwartz, who helps, or I guess runs the Revival conference.
yeah. And J.D. Schwartz is the man.
He is. Man, he killed it when y'all had him for the area-wide Devo.
Yeah.
That was a really,
He's so
really,
good.
really good.
He's so good, man. Hey, so what do you think don't get on the analytics if y'all are already on there, but don't look at this.
I don't
But
know
what
how
do
to
you
do
think
any of
is
that.
our most listened to?
Technology, I don't know how.
What's an analytics? What's the most popular episode?
I'm going to guess that it is number.
How's that go? Is it by like people
I'm
that
just-
listen
I'm
or the
going
amount
by-
of time listened?
I'm going to say
going by
discipling your
how
students
many-
prayer.
How many times it has been listened to?
Number
Now,
16.
I'll just be honest with you. The first 3 episodes are our top 3 because those are the first 3 that people listen to.
Then they
and
quit.
then they say, "Oh, this is what this
yeah.
is," and then they turn it off. But after that, we have, that was So, Jeremy, you said episode 16, discipleship.
Only
Disciple
because
students
that
for
at
prayer.
one time was the top episode, but that's been like 20 episodes ago that I looked at that.
I'm going to throw this. This is going to come out of nowhere. I'm going to say our bonus episode, Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been. Could have been it.
So our most popular episode is Disciple Your Student series.
Oh,
Prayer.
man.
Yeah. It has 91 listens, 91 streams and downloads. So that's kind of cool. And then each episode averages about 50 listens. That's kind of what it comes out to. Our first episode has been streamed or downloaded 232 times.
Womp, 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 womp.
That's crazy.
Some of y'all need to listen twice, it seems like. I've seen how you're doing youth ministry. It wouldn't hurt you to listen to it again. So,
And as always, if you'd like to sponsor, are we getting too
have we leaned too hard on the
Yeah,
sponsorship?
I think we have. Well, I don't think we have yet, but I think if we keep going, then we
Yeah,
will.
no, not
Hey,
yet.
you
for
know
sure.
what? Another really, I'm just kind of scrolling
Do you know
through
what would stop that
episodes.
though?
If they just
Just sponsor our booth.
I was just scrolling through our episodes, and something that stood out to me too. Why should I be a youth minister? I feel like that episode was really good. Just the what's the why behind you becoming a youth minister? Is it was it your first choice? Is that what you've always wanted to do, or did you feel like it's just something that you can do to make it, to make some money on the, as your job or anything like that?
So let me ask this:
Summer finale, and some of my
there's some good episodes, guys.
So it's not only that. Some of my favorite episodes are times that we just sit here and talk. The summer finale, overview of Maywood, different things like that, where we just get to sit down and kind of just take a
rehash something.
rehash, but like take a step back and look at the big picture of what our youth ministry has been over the summer, or over Maywood, or over whatever we're doing, and that has been a blessing for all three of us with working so close together, and our kids are together a lot. Is being able to sit back and see the big pictures of everything.
Let me ask you this: what is something this year that we failed in?
Recording every week, or
Yeah, we didn't pull that off. Okay, a failure this year. What do you think, Michael? I've got one in mind, but
I've not failed this year.
I will say, episode 20, discipleship series worship, good episode. But please notice the graphic with that episode. Are you looking at the list?
Oh yeah.
It was a failure.
It was.
We
it was
tried
bad.
something new, and we got some feedback.
It was bad.
That people didn't like the new logo, didn't
Hey,
like the new image, and we went right back. Don't change it. Don't change it. Leave it there to remind us of that moment.
Oh,
but
if you read the description, also Hunter beat Chris Pressel in ping pong. That was
but
a good day.
I personally will still stand by. I really like that logo, and I think all the people that poo-pooed on it were
I didn't
wrong.
know we had a bunch of negative comments on that.
Oh,
We got some feedback.
I had 3 or 4 people tell me. That
I mean, that's
they
a lot.
hated it.
Yeah. Well, and here's something cool too.
It's the most reacted to thing that we've put out.
People were like, "Why'd y'all change the graphic? What's
Oh.
the?" And I think it looks way cooler and more fun than what we're currently using.
No.
But
What?
Then the cool logo on the back with the.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
our
tell
new
you what though,
logo's
that outside
top
of
tier.
recording the podcast, some of my favorite memories from this past year was, one, the time that we spent at M2Y at our booth, but 2, the time that we were at Lads Leaders.
Yeah,
with our
man,
booth.
that was
we had a
fun.
great
Oh,
time.
yeah,
with
that
it.
was
remember that
awesome.
time? You
Yeah,
remember that
Michael
time,
was there the
Michael?
entire time.
It was awesome. I loved.
But Jeremy brought this giant logo of ours, and it had this just such
7
a cool,
feet tall.
yeah, such a cool design on the back. It was so neat. We had hats. Hopefully, we'll have a couple more hats come here soon, and maybe some stickers for everybody at M2Y.
Speaking of that, gonna need to reach out and order some hats today. Sorry,
But if you
forgot
do,
that.
yeah, but if you do see us at a conference or anything like that, please do stop by the booth. Say hey. We'll have stickers and stuff at M2Y. We'll have a booth at Lights Leaders. We'll have stickers at Exposure with Ministry League and stuff like that. And we'll all 3 be at Exposure this year, but we won't have a booth specifically at Exposure for us. But
we
will
may
be
do
at
a
the,
recording.
yeah, we will do a couple of recordings as well.
At the
Ministry League booth.
League booth. There you go, man. Let me ask this: as we've progressed through the year, how many episodes has your wife listened to? Jessica's listened to 1.
Julia's also listened to 1.
My wife has listened to basically all of them.
Is it because she loves you and supports you, or wants to critique you?
Yes.
I think it's because she loves and supports me.
That's right. That's exactly why. And I had no doubt that was why.
That's why my wife has only listened to 1, because she loves me and supports me. And she doesn't want to critique me.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you.
Actually, I don't even think she's made it through the first one. I don't know if she fully finished it. I think she started it, but then there's been a couple that I've listened to in the vehicle just to make sure our audio sounds good. And then she's like been in the vehicle at the same time, but not like paying attention to it.
One of my favorite moments, I was in the shower the other day, and I'm in there. Jessica's in there getting ready in the morning, and she goes, "So, like, does this podcast thing, like, does it ever make money or anything?" And I was like, "No, probably not." She's like, "Oh, okay." Like, I think in her mind, like, it's gonna blow up and we're gonna be rich off it. No, we're not.
No.
We might. I said it might cover paying for the website this year. Maybe.
Well, according to what Chad Landman told us, and he's been doing podcasts and stuff for a while, he said you usually, unless you do something like extravagant,
Yeah.
then you usually don't monetize for the first 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, people, the word gets out fast enough that you have a pretty steady stream of listeners and all
think-
that stuff. So
I want to say we did a little celebration when we passed episode 8. Am I right in thinking that, like, that because they say that statistically most
That's
podcasts
right.
die
Yeah.
by episode 8?
Yeah.
I feel like that was an accomplishment for us.
Yeah.
And now here we are, just recording episode 48.
Yeah, baby.
It's pretty cool.
And it's been very sporadic this episode, but I do want us to mention that this is not just for youth ministers.
Yeah.
This is for everybody. I think we have a handful of teens in all of our youth groups that listen to this. We have parents that listen to this, elders, deacons. This is for anyone that deals with youth ministry at all, or has youth, or is a youth. It's a really cool thing that we do, and we offer to a lot of different people. Is you kind of get an inside look into what your youth minister is doing, why they're choosing events, why they're choosing to do what they do on that side of it as well.
Let me ask you this. You kind of made me think about this. What is something that someone said to you that maybe you didn't know was listening, or kind of surprised you, their review or thoughts about the podcast? Anybody want to share one? I have one in mind, but go ahead.
I had an elder, actually. I didn't think he listened to it, but I don't know why I was surprised that he did, but I just didn't think that he would, have time to listen to it. And he came up to me one day. He was like, "Hey, I'm really enjoying the podcast." And of course, I'm like, "Oh, I hope I didn't say anything wrong." But he was like, "No." He said, it gives a really good insight into actually what y'all do and how busy you are. He said a lot of people don't view y'all as ministers equal to like
Thanks,
the preacher
man.
or someone like that. No, I'm not saying he didn't view it, but like a lot of people just look at us like, oh, they're the youth minister. But we're just as busy. We do just as much at the same time.
According to Justin, we do more.
There you go. Are you saying compared to what Justin did as a youth minister? Is that what you're saying?
No. No. I'm saying that Justin said he had to do more things than when he's now a preacher. But he said it's because as the preacher now, he has more responsibility over things.
Yeah.
He, like yesterday, I filled in for him. They just had a new baby. I'm announcing that, everybody. And he's born healthy. Everybody's good. Everything's going really well with that. But I filled in and I preached and I did all of his responsibilities. And I was overwhelmed. I was just, yeah. And normally I'm very whelmed when I go to church on Sundays. But I was overwhelmed. I had to preach. And I had to do all the announcement things, and I had to do the evening stuff. It was a lot.
Michael called me. It was either Friday or Saturday night, and we were just talking. And he was talking through his sermon. Just kind of said, "Hey, let me tell you about my outline and tell you what." And so he was like, "I'm afraid it's not going to be long enough." And so he told me about his outline. And a while later, I said, "Man, I think your sermon's going to be long enough." And he was like, "You think so?" I said, "It took you about 12 minutes to tell me the outline. So I think you're going to be okay."
And I will say this, for youth ministers that don't enjoy preaching, you never get in trouble for speaking less. You always get the negative remarks for speaking longer. Yeah. So don't worry about the length. Enjoy the time. Enjoy the process. It's a lot of fun. And if you're a youth minister and you're not getting to preach, every so often, talk to your eldership and your preacher and see if that's a possibility, because it really does help and it does mean a lot, and it does continue to push you in your spiritual walk and also in your ministry as well.
Well, the other thing with that is it doesn't just help you get better at preaching, but it gives the congregation a glimpse into your heart, and they engage with you in a different way than they normally would, the congregation as a whole. So yeah, I agree with that.
Well, and it lets your preacher have a break and lets him breathe and lets him just kind of sit there and be a member for that service. And I feel like that's really neat as well, especially for as busy as all of our preachers are. It just allows them to sit back and relax for a minute.
So while I've been over here not contributing to the discussion, I have been thinking about this. When Hunter said the word length, my mind went to, how do you pronounce that word? Have you ever heard somebody say length?
No.
You've never heard that?
Length?
Length.
Linth, length?
Yeah.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you said it right. No, but that just popped in my head, and I had completely been dialed out since you said the word length. I have no idea what y'all even said.
That's the youth minister's version of 6'7", 6'7".
And so you
shut down.
You said length, and I was like, man, there's so many weird ways. There was a lot of people that say length that drives me nuts. I can't handle it.
I love this episode. So we had I had one of the parents of our teens come up to me,
and they said length.
Yeah, he said length. No, he said hey man, I'm really enjoying the podcast. And I didn't know he really listened to it that much. I thought like he had heard an episode. He listens every week while he's like bush hogging a field, or he's a farmer. And he was like, I had no idea how much like y'all actually do. Yeah. He said it's kind of given me an appreciation for youth ministry that I didn't have before, which I thought was kind of cool.
Like we used to think you're very childish and you just got paid to sit in your office and do nothing. But like, I see that you're actually doing something now.
There was a lady who was a sweet lady. I mean, just absolutely sweet lady. This family loved me. This was when I was working in Tennessee. They were incredible, great family. I love them. I don't want them to listen to this because they're probably listeners. We've got so many. And she said, I filled in preaching that Sunday, and she said her mom had come and visited. We went to eat, and while we were eating, they were like, "Oh, hey, Michael, come over here, and this is my mom," And her mom said, "You did so good. You did so good. You did so good. I thought you was the real thing." And I was like,
"Thanks,
thank you for that."
What do you say to that? Thank you.
I am the real thing.
She probably says length. So let me ask you this, and you can be thinking about it. I'm sorry, I got distracted and tickled. I'm scrolling again through the episodes, and I just saw episode 39 where I said "School Year's Resolution" as our title. And Michael claimed it was his, and he's put a trademark.
Whoa.
He has a trademark beside it. I've never noticed that till just now. You've literally trademarked it. Anyway, okay. So
You didn't say. I said it.
Looking back through the episodes,
I said that.
is there an episode if you could take it back? Like, what's an episode you're like, man, I didn't think that one went good, or I didn't like that episode. What's one that you would say, oof? That wasn't our best.
Any of the ones that were recorded at M2I last year because we messed up on the audio.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Which it wasn't. The audio was not. Our equipment was not broken. We had the mics plugged up in the wrong order that we thought, and we kept turning one down and turning the other one up, thinking that we fixed the problem, and we didn't realize it until like
made it worse.
3 or 4 recordings in.
Yeah, it made me sound very loud, and our person we were interviewing very quiet. So I think episode 11, New Year, New Youth.
Oh yeah,
because
that's just cringe.
Okay, hold on. The guy who came up with the battle bus for our area thing.
I don't know if you can. Hold on. Can we tell our listeners about that?
Please do.
So we have.
I'm just gonna warn you. I'm just gonna warn you that this is gonna be all the rave. Everyone is gonna love.
Let me find this.
Hey, if you're listening out there,
Dale Jenkins to write a blog.
If you're living out there and you're having a great life and you're being a youth minister, you haven't reached your peak just yet.
But you're about to.
So if you're not in an area with a lot of other churches, you might not do these. We do these area-wide devotionals, and they're on the first Sunday night of every month. And we always skip the summer, but during the school years, first Sunday night of every month. So we get together, and we always go eat at O'Brien's in Hartselle. Shout out to O'Brien's. And we discuss.
Not a sponsor.
And we discuss, hey, what should our theme be? Not yet. What should our theme be for our area-wide devotionals? So I think I had to leave. Y'all came back here to Hartselle, and then what I got sent was the battle bus.
Hey, don't leave if you don't want
whoa.
If you don't want this to happen, don't leave early.
Can you spell that for me?
DA space BATTLE.
DA is right.
Space BUS.
The battle bus.
The battle bus. But here's what we're going off. Obviously, it's off of Fortnite, but here we go.
Obviously,
it starts off with Hartselle, and JD killed it though. How to play. That's the first one.
Whoa, it was actually tutorial. That was.
Oh, this one says how to play. So, all right, tutorial. Then God is goated.
He is goated.
Where are we dropping? Not dropping.
That's coming
drop
up.
in.
That's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah. Where are we dropping? Yeah.
Collect mats.
Collect your listen, when you're playing Fortnite, it's important to collect your mats.
I'll need to know more about this later because that's the one we're hosting. I got to figure out how to do that.
Complete the quest. Not the quest, the quest.
Complete the quest.
And then you have February, the storm. Then you have squad up. And then lastly,
I forgot how bad this was.
Victory Royale.
It's a #1 victory royale.
And here's what we're gonna do, because we enjoyed this graphic so much. And
Yeah.
for those that are not
Michael
watching
really
on video,
did great.
For those that are not watching on video, you just can't see this graphic. We're going to post this on our Instagram and Facebook so everyone can see.
Oh, I
And
can't
then
wait.
here's something else. If you're close to the North Alabama, Decatur area, you are more than welcome to come to any of these events.
yeah, they're tremendous.
Let's see. We were just at North Highlands. Beltline Church of Christ is in November. Coleman is in December. Flint is January. Priceville Church of Christ is February. I'd love to have Priceville packed out. Easy E's awesome. March is Madison, and then April is Falkville.
Yeah,
That was a bit of an overreach.
He's
Hunter.
overcorrecting.
No, I love Easy
He's
E.
overcorrecting.
Actually, side note, we had a young adult bonfire out at one of our elders' houses last
Was
night.
it a bond fire?
I think it's just bonfire.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
depending on who was there.
Ugh.
no, we didn't have any bonds there.
Oh.
But I almost stopped at Easy E's house because I forgot my fold-out chair, my ballpark chair, but I didn't. I figured he's still in church.
So
Good story.
great
I
story.
almost forgot it, but I didn't.
No. I almost stopped at his house, but I decided that he might still be in church. I didn't want to be
we're
rude.
so
the
mean to
classic
each other.
Scott Bailey, and then I found $20.
No, I found $20.
Oh, hey, that's good.
Great story,
That's
great
good
story.
story.
That's good.
So let me ask you this. What's one thing that maybe you've said or we've talked about, or maybe that you've thought about over this last year while recording these podcasts? What's something profound, or what's something that's really stuck out to you?
This is going to sound very self-serving, and I don't mean it to.
Something you said?
No, just
Oh.
we have a lot more experience and knowledge about youth ministry than I realized when we started. Like I knew that we've all worked in it for a while, but like as we've had these conversations, it's kind of blown my mind how sometimes there are profound moments that we have in these episodes, and it surprised me, and it has been vastly encouraging to me when we leave here on days. Now, like thinking about the episode that we recorded, Confession and the Minister's Soul, just recently. I don't know about you guys, but I left feeling full, right? Having that conversation. And that's been a profound thing for me is I think maybe I just like the rest of our church, I even underestimated what our experience in youth ministry has been and what we have to offer, I guess.
Yeah.
I like that. Michael?
I do know that it's just been a lot of fun because when I first started doing this podcast, I knew Hunter. We were friends, but I didn't know Hunter, And then me and Jeremy he was my youth minister. I've known him since I was like 13 or something. And so like the relationship building that has come from, being involved in this has been really cool. And then we've also gotten to interview some awesome people that are more knowledgeable than most anybody in this area. And that's been really cool. So
what were you going to say?
I've had two things. One, it's just the encouragement from everyone. Us three being in a room talking youth ministry, like we love this.
Oh, yeah.
And we're very passionate about it. And that's been super encouraging. But then also hearing other people talk about it and come up to us like, hey, I've really enjoyed your podcast, or hey, this episode's been really good. That's also really encouraging. And then it leads into my second point, because youth ministry is a team effort. It's not just us. It's not just us versus the world. It's not us and our kids, but it's us. It's the parents. It's the deacons. It's the elders. It's everyone. Everyone can do youth ministry. Everyone should be doing youth ministry. I had a situation the other day. I say the other day, is within the past 5 years. And a parent came to me and they asked, hey, my kid's asking me this question. How should I answer it? And I feel like that was awesome. Hey, answer your kids' questions, because it's going to mean more coming from the parent than it does the youth minister. But then I feel like that's also a challenge to our parents. You have to know how to answer these questions. But the thing is, if you don't know where to go to answer these questions, your youth minister, your preacher, someone in that role that maybe has some experience or some knowledge, but also do some research for yourself. So when your kid comes and asks you this tough question, or this tough life question, we'll say, you're able to answer them, and they just look at you as this spiritual hero in their mind, and they want to be more like you, because that's what we want, is for the parents to do more.
For the parents, if your employer or your supervisor at work asks you something, right, you would go do whatever it took to find out the information you needed so that you could have a ready, answer to give to that person, because it matters, right? How much more so does it matter that your child has questions answered when they have questions, right? About God's word, about life, about what to do. Hunter, you're dead on with that.
And when you don't know the answer, parents, it's okay to just say, hey, you know what? I'm not really sure, but I'll come back with you. Yeah. And maybe me and you can sit down and study it together. You know.
Well, I feel like this situation I was talking about, I feel like it's far enough away where I can kind of mention it. I'll be very, brief with it. But one of my kids was studying with someone else of another religion or sect of Christianity, and they were asking them questions, and they were talking back and forth on baptism and musical instruments, and you could, everything else is different. And the person they were studying with said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go talk to my dad about some of these things. Well, the dad responded with, oh, well, we need to go to our pastor, whoever it was. We need to go to them, and we need to ask them. But how cool would it have been for that dad to be able to say, oh, well, here's what we believe, and this is why we believe it. And now that was on a different spectrum of something else. But let's imagine your kids are being talked to about what they believe and why they believe it.
That's right.
It's important for us as parents, and my kid's 3, but for those that have youth group kids, at least, it's important for us to kind of know the basics of, your main questions that your kids are going to be asked, and be able to answer those for your kid. It's like I said earlier, it's just going to mean more coming from you.
It affirms to them why we do it, right? Why we're at church. Why does it matter? Mom and dad knows why, right?
I'm curious. Before we're kind of getting close to closing out, and so I wanted to know what have been some of the most recent youth ministry wins, or most recent youth ministry, your favorite parts here in the last, we'll just say like last month or so. What are some really big things that have happened that have stood out to you?
So we've been doing this series. I've talked to you guys about it, where we've been studying the 12 apostles, and studying with our boys in the youth group on Wednesday nights, looking at each one's different personality, style, and character. And at the end of class, I've been ending every class with group discussion time. So I split them up into groups, and what I've done is, like I said, all the seniors go to a location, then all the juniors go. So I make sure I spread it out so I don't have all the seniors in one place. But putting all the boys in 4 different groups, and they have discussion questions I put on the screen every week, and they have loved that. Like multiple of our older boys especially have said to me how much it means to them to have those moments of conversation with each other, and that they are getting to kind of have discipleship moments with our younger 7th, 6th, grade boys, 6th, 7th grade boys, if you would say it that way. But that's been a cool win, is seeing these older boys take a leadership role in discussions, right?
Yeah, pretty cool.
The past month, I'm trying to think what else happened. A lot's happened in the past month. Okay, here we go. I registered, it was like 46. It was like 45, 46 people.
6, 7?
No, I wasn't going there. It was like 45, 46 people for Exposure Youth Camp, which might not sound crazy, but those were like pre-COVID numbers, and now we're getting back up to those pre-COVID numbers for some of these events. So I feel like that was a big youth ministry win per se.
Yeah. I taught a class last night. We have our classes in the evening, and I had like 3 kids, and we were discussing. So we're walking through Hebrews. I'm doing Hebrews for the 6th through 12th grade, and we're talking about it, and we're going through it. And we got to Hebrews 10, and I don't know if y'all realize what Hebrews 10 is, but that's basically where the Hebrews writer says, the blood of bulls and goats is nothing, and it doesn't forgive sin, and it doesn't do anything. It's just nothing. What really matters is the one true sacrifice of Jesus. And when I talked about this, I had a kid ask a question, and he was like, he talked about just how there was one way, but now there's a better way. And then I said, yeah, that's true, but it's not just one way and a better way. It was one way and a better way, and the other way doesn't work anymore. The law doesn't work anymore. And he said, whoa. He just kind of stopped and was like, what? And then there was several kids in there. And this is 6th through 12th grade. So we had like some 6, 7-year-old grade people. And about 8th grade, they kind of understood that. But those younger kids did not get that the old law, Judaism, doesn't save. And we just kind of stopped and we had that discussion. And then they were like, so how are we saved if it's not like we just follow a bunch of rules? And then I got to talk about grace for like 40 minutes. Yeah. And it was awesome.
Just a full circle moment.
It was awesome. Yeah. And then the kids actually reacted exactly how I expected them to. They're like, well, if that's the case, then why are we even trying to follow the law? Why can't we just sin? And I was like, open your Bibles to Romans chapter 6.
Romans.
And then I just went through that. And then they were like, oh, yeah. It was awesome. That was one of my favorite moments.
But also, how cool was it that in that moment, as they asked a question, you were able to say, we'll turn to this passage. And they ask another, you said, we'll turn to this passage.
Yeah.
Like that, they'll remember that, right? We've talked about on here before, I love seeing the aha moment. And that's what you had. You had an aha moment with your 6th, 7th graders.
I hate y'all.
6, 7. Actually, that's actually dying out.
I hope so, man.
Is, yeah.
Well, we'll bring it back. So
let the 40-year-olds bring it back.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm not 40.
Yeah,
get the record
either.
straight.
Yeah, I'm not 40 either.
So yeah, moving on from that
36
segue.
Wait, you're not 40, right?
No,
I'm not 40.
You're right. Yeah, we're not 40. None of us are 40. we're all not 40. Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 40, but I'm 40. So let me ask this, and we'll, if it's okay with y'all, we'll start moving towards an end game here. Where would you see the OKS Youth Ministry podcast heading? Right, we're at year 1. Where do you? Because this was really more y'all's brainchild and vision than mine. I'm just a tag along, but where do you see us heading? Where is this going in the future?
Well, when we started this, me and Hunter, this idea, I don't know about him, but for me, I had not started grad school yet, and I did not realize how much time that would take away from a lot of the things that I'm doing. And by taking away, I mean I'm able to do my full-time job, but then I also have, I'm a dad. I've got 3 kids and a wife, and then on top of that, I have.
Is it only 3? It seems like more. It's just 3.
It's 1, 2, 3. There's just 3.
Okay.
It's just 3.
Elin counts for 2.
And we had 3 kids, and then I started grad school, and so I'm staying up late doing some grad school work some nights, and I haven't been able to put out as much material on our website as what I initially planned. Mm-hmm. But I do graduate this summer, and so all of that time that I've allocated to grad work
will now be part of the OKS Youth Ministry podcast.
That's right. I'll be able to put toward the OKS Youth Ministry podcast.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as that. I'd love to produce more things or get some more things out. We have a handful of things that we're working on right now. Yeah. And the cool thing about Heritage Christian University, quick plug, is that we end our semester before Thanksgiving break. So we have after Thanksgiving until January that we just have kind of no classes going on. And that's a really neat thing too. So hopefully during that time, I'll be able to kind of make everything to where it's shareable, usable for everybody. And we'll be able to start posting some more things on our website as well. But like Michael said, it's very busy season of life, I guess we'll say. We're hoping that this is encouraging, but we're wanting it to be more than just a podcast. I want to be a place where you can come to the website and you can get material and you can be encouraged, and you know that material is faith-based, Bible-based, and that you're not gonna have to comb through it and make sure that it's something, because we understand life gets busy. People look for those, we call them the Saturday night specials when it comes to sermons. Oh, yeah. But you're looking for that Saturday night special Bible class and you're trying to throw something together really quick. We want this to be a place where you can come and you can find this material that you need and you can use it for your Bible class as well.
Yep. And that's kind of been our goal. We have so many things that I feel like we could offer. And by things, I mean like materials and retreat themes and all of that stuff that we could offer. And we want to do it so that we help you. So
yeah, I will continue making my cheesy spreadsheets. I'm actually working on a new one for the website, new budget spreadsheet and a document for tracking your expenses during the year and kind of keeping a running tally of where your budget is remaining, right? So trying to figure out how do we continue to encourage these new, younger youth ministers that are getting started, help them get their feet under them and get going. And so,
well, and we're also trying to make it look presentable. Yeah. I have a handful of, classes and things like that I could easily put on there, but it just doesn't look presentable yet. Right. So I'm having to go back through, change some things.
Own notes.
Well, yeah, and change it from my own notes to where it's universal notes. Anyone that picks it up kind of understands the flow of what's happening. Things on those lines. So we're definitely doing stuff like that as well. I'd also like for us to start doing maybe some articles throughout the year, not every week, but just every so often writing some articles or maybe some reviews. I know there's a lot of books that we can read about youth ministry, maybe, kind of having a list of books we recommend on the website, things on those lines as well.
All right.
So we appreciate your support. We thank you so much for listening.
And leave us a comment of what your favorite episode has been. Yeah. And what you want, like some episode recommendations, some ideas that you have for that. I think that'd be true.
Yeah, I'd love to have a question and answer episode. So send in some questions. We'd love to sit there and just answer it, things on those lines.
And I will say, I would like to end us by saying a 6-word phrase. And I'm going to take the first word, and we're just going to work our way around here. So
I know where this is going.
I want to say that we
hope
your ministry is blessed.
No! That's good.
Thanks for joining us today in the important conversation of youth ministry. Go and follow us on Instagram and check out oksyouthministry.com for more information about our upcoming episodes. We'll be dropping a new episode every Wednesday morning, and we look forward to talking with you again next week. And hey, it's okay to be the OKS youth minister around, but let's all strive to be just a little bit better.